Alrighty.
We're up, folks.
We're up. All right. Last time, everyone literally went nuts in the forest after being punished by the headmaster for attempting to go into the forest. They ran into a certain encounter that may or may not be a pretty bad situation on their end. After discovering the ruins that our girl Amber found a clue regarding earlier in the day, everyone sort of came up with a conclusion of how to figure out that clue. They got escorted out of the forest and ended up telling Professor Weasley what has been going on. After that, we had them officially wake up in the what is it called? Medical wing. And that's where we're starting our next session is right here, medical wing. I lie, not medical wing. How should I fix this? You all, you know what? I will give you a moment before everything to actually do what you need to do. Because I know, Ryla, you wanted to give your third-year friends the little gift. Is that correct?
Yes. I wanted to show them. No, I don't think I can sneak out.
What I'm gonna do is we're gonna roll along a little bit, and I'll give you guys a chance to kind of investigate and do those things that you kind of want to do, and I'll let you know when that'll happen. But for now, we're gonna move it along, just because I fear I want to get this session rolling in a good way of setting the scene. So I'm gonna set the scene for y'all, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You all had woken up in the hospital wing. You guys kind of interacted, kind of got informed about what Keen had seen. Not Keen. Augie had seen in the in his dream, and had sort of figured out what to do from there. There's nothing else you can really do right now with that information. So in the meantime, you all went kind of about your normal day, and in the evening went to bed. Because let's be fair, all of you, I assume, had a rough day the other day and kind of just wanted to chill out. And so that was a day as you guys had kind of a moment where you guys kind of had a breather, kind of took a second. You were informed later that evening at dinner that a ministry member would be coming tomorrow to sort of just watch and hang out. There was not any sort of explanation on why, but you all know why. So pretty much what I'm saying is a ministry member is joining you all for the rest of the school year as a form of protection. You are also informed that the next day is October 31st and Halloween. And we'll be having a very nice banquet at the end of the evening. And we will have you guys wake up in the morning and kind of go about the day. I'm assuming I'm going to kind of go down the list of, in the sense of, all right. Oh, I'm hearing myself. And I'm freaking out because of that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Your end.
I figured it out. I muted the stream.
I was like, actually scared. I was like, what the hell?
I was like, why am I heaying me?
Hi.
I did. I literally got a jump scare. I was like, hello?
Who's
Doppelganger?
Who's this?
Well, because I thought I had it muted. Pretty much. I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna have you all roll luck once more as you guys are waking up, and per usual.
Oh, okay.
I have you roll luck.
I figure I almost rolled a D2.
Oh, we're rolling right now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
My god, we got the same thing. Carter.
Twinsies.
For real.
Oh.
Everyone but
and
Ryla got the same
Wait.
thing.
What is this?
Y'all got
Trippies?
3 and then Ryla got 4. I love it.
I fear I got a 4, and I fear that might be good or bad because I'm the odd one now, and you all have 3.
We gotta wait and see, guys.
I'm scared because I'm gonna 1 or 2. What can I say, guys? I'm just different. What can I say?
You are.
You all got 3. That's crazy.
I'm on average, yo, like you 3.
How fucking
Okay.
dare.
Like you're all like, oh, we're besties. Ryla's different. She's not your friend. Yeah.
Ryla's a hater.
I am a hater.
A natural
Being as
born
Ryla,
hater.
I am a hater.
It's insane.
You guys all got. That's really funny.
No. I think we're in trouble, guys.
I think we all got shitty ass luck. That's my like hypothesis. I think we all failed miserably.
Sorry, I have to really look because my brain is farting really bad. Because you all rolled because I roll for luck every single time, and you all have separate luck rolls. So there's no one that has the same roll as each other in this one.
Oh.
So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, what does this one do? Let me see. Okay, you're fine.
Oh, so someone doesn't have a super bad one. That's a plus.
Oh.
Well, no. Well, Flaw could be the only one with a 3.
Oh.
I know, yeah, I'm scared. I'm like, what if I'm the one that they needed a 3 and I just didn't get a 3?
Well, I don't know. What if all the rest of us really didn't need a 3? Like.
Good lord. Okay. Huh. I feel kind of bad. All right.
No.
I'm gonna go down the list of who I see in my chat. So in the sense of not chat in the row. So it goes Amber, Augie, Carter, and Ryla for me. So Amber.
Yeah.
You've awoken in your Ravenclaw dormitory. It is a sort of chilly August. I saw Augie and said August. It is a chilly October morning after you had sort of spent your day and evening with Augie the other day, just kind of making sure everything was okay, especially after what had happened. Being informed that the ministry had sent someone out. So there is someone here from the ministry today who is likely going to investigate what happened the other day. You note that there is around you, you do see one of your dorm mates. She is just sort of looking at a note with a few pieces of candy around her bed. It is October 31st. So you know that it is a holiday. What would you like to do in your Ravenclaw dormitory?
I mean, do I have anything? Would I have anything from my parents in the dorm, or would I probably get that at breakfast?
Probably get it at breakfast. It seems that one of the other students gave this to her.
Oh. I mean, people actually have friends outside of a couple people not even in the same dorm? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That's crazy.
Amber would just kind of get herself together and just kind of be ready to go to breakfast and do whatever, I guess.
Cool beans. You get yourself ready to go to breakfast. You note there is no note in your room. There's nothing new in there. You head to the common room. You do note as you head downstairs into the common area, you note the prefect kind of sitting in a room and talking with a few students. You notice what the fuck is his name? Where are you? Oh, I didn't even write it, did I? Oh, I did myself dirty. It's fine. You don't see him now. I'm just not going to deal with it because it's an NPC. You see a few people just kind of around the common room.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to do in the common room, or would you like to just go to breakfast?
Is there a way I can roll the equivalence of insight?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and roll a knowledge. What are you trying to insight? What are you trying to look at?
I'm looking at that prefect.
Go right ahead.
To see. I want to know what the hell his deal is. I was trying to look. I was like, I swear. I don't know if that's what you were looking is for his name.
So I'm pretty sure I PM'd it to you, but I'm like...
I definitely wrote it down somewhere. That's why I'm like... But I wrote my notes down last session on my notebook, and so they're a little messy, and I never copied the rest over into my doc like a good little D&D player. And
Evans.
Is it Evans? What? You find it? I found it. Beautiful. Yay.
Right? I was like, I found it. Evans.
Immediately writing it down. Writing it down so I will never forget.
Penning it down so we'll never forget.
Okay, I wrote it down. I will never forget.
Back down.
Okay, yes. Never back down. Never what?
Never give up.
Yeah, I want to see what his deal is. You said knowledge, so 5. 14.
14. Well, his name's Evans. He is your Ravenclaw prefect. You know for a fact that he's known as being a pretty good prefect. He's studious, he's pretty knowledgeable. He helps a lot of students study a lot of the times. But he seems, from what you remember from others kind of talking, not that you really talk with them, but more so that you have listened in on conversations, he is pretty nice. He's kind of known for just having study sessions on Sundays, usually, in the library. He also offers one-on-one time with students to assist in any sort of area of academia that they are not very knowledgeable on.
Okay.
That's all you really know.
Cool. I go to breakfast.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I was very vague. And so I expected the answer to be very vague. But
nope.
yeah.
You got a lot of information. But it's also not very, it's just common knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not like...
So would I know what time his study sessions are?
They are usually on Sundays at 10 a.m. to around 3 or 2 p.m., depending on how many students come.
Okay. Noting that. I'm gonna go to breakfast.
Hell yeah. All right. Next on the list, Augie.
You found who dis?
You found who this? Let's see. Are you one of the people that fucked it? Nah.
What?
Well, you'll never know. You wake up in the in your dorm bedroom. As I said to the others, you wake up note with the knowledge that the ministry has arrived to Hogwarts to assist in likely figuring out what's going on with whoever was trying to hurt you guys.
About damn time. Sorry.
Well, to be fair, they didn't know about it. You would sort of look around the room and know that there's no one really in your room at this time. What would you like to do? You've just woken up. It is 7 a.m. Cold October morning.
I'll get up, get dressed, do my morning routine, I guess. And is it like a weekend? It's weekend, right?
No, it's a Monday.
All right. I will give Mrs. Wolf a kiss goodbye and give her some pats, some loving, and then I will leave.
All right. You heading down to the common room? Do you look around your room at all?
Well, yes. Yeah. Of
All right.
course. Yeah.
You looking around your room? What are you looking for?
For anyone who's been a creep. I mean, my friends have been getting mysterious notes. I want to make sure that I haven't been getting any, and I've just,
Haven't noticed.
What if I've been getting notes, but like Mrs. Wolf is just swiping them around, and then they're just like hidden in the back of my bed or something.
Imagine. Roll knowledge.
Knowledge, man. Knowledge. No. Whenever I hear that, I just remember that one guy with a giant bookcase and a Lamborghini in his garage. Knowledge. 15.
Wonderful. You look around your room. You don't find anything out of the normal. However, as you're looking around, Miss Wolf seems to just be kind of like meowing at the window.
Okay. I will go over to the window and be like, "Wait, what's wrong, Miss Wolf? What's wrong? Is there a bird out there?"
You do hear it going, ah.
Oh.
Do you look out the window?
Yes.
You look out the window and very blatantly a bug smacks into your face.
Ah.
It is in fact flying around your face right now as Miss Wolf is trying to swat at it.
Gonna try and fucking
Drop her face.
swiping that shit around, try and get that.
It easily flies away into the room and you watch Miss Wolf deck it towards it. It seems she was tweaking out about a bug. You are overly paranoid.
Hey man. For good reasons. I'm gonna close that door. I'm close that window. I'm gonna be like, "Come on with that, Miss Wolf. Get it."
It was in fact open. Yes, you close it.
Yes. Get it. And I'm gonna leave before it
You leave.
gets out. Is anyone in the common room?
Yep. You notice James is hanging out with some of his buddies. You do see Ursa kind of just discussing something with another student who she rolls her eyes at and walks away and goes to go towards the exit. Other than that, there's not a lot of students right now. Everyone seems to be at breakfast. Gryffindors are kind of known for their boisterous wants of breakfast.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna talk to James for a moment, if that's all right.
You walk up on James. He is like a boy, like talking with 3 other boys very excitedly about Quidditch and about when the first matches, which should be coming up.
Or are they talking in the sense like they're going to be playing, or that like they need a cheer song? So they're all three of them or four of them, they're all playing?
All four of them, yes, they are part of what seems to be
oh no,
the Quidditch team.
Fuck. Okay. Because I want to talk to him about Quidditch, but I also want to tell James about the crazy shit. And starting with the crazy shit, and then like immediately segueing into Quidditch is gonna be terrible. And then starting with Quidditch, and then immediately saying, "Oh yeah, I almost died last night."
Good
That's
lord.
gonna be.
I mean, you can talk to him later. Give Amber a chance to talk to her brother.
You know what? I want to talk about Quidditch, and I'm gonna be like.
You hear James sort of talking to his friend. He's like, you know, I really do feel like we could use a better bludgeoner this year, don't you? And you hear the other one go, yeah, he's kind of shit.
Wow.
And he kind of glances to you as you walk up, and he says, "What do you want, little dude?"
You guys play Quidditch?
Yeah. I'm RT's team's seeker.
You like his eyes go like starry-eyed. He's like, "Oh my god." Are you good, or are you? I look to the other three. He's like, "Is he good?"
You see him you see James raise his eyebrows at you and kind of like laugh at you, kind of amused. And you see his friends laugh and say, "It's pretty good. Oh, I feel like I could do better." And you see James just punch the shit out of this guy's shoulder. But he looks to you and he says, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm pretty good. I've been sort of all my life been interested in Quidditch."
Same. Can first years can first years join or no?
No. You have to be at least second year to try out for any sort of Quidditch team stuff. I mean, a lot of you guys don't even know how to ride a broom correctly, so makes sense. He kind of laughs.
I could probably outrace like any first year, hands down.
Good feeling, buddy. I'm almost positive my little sister could beat you, though.
You want to make a bet?
I might take you up on that.
Okay.
I taught her everything she knows. And
well, let's see if you're worth your salt.
Kid, go get breakfast.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Hey. I don't mean to be. You might want to talk to your sister as soon as humanly possible. Just say.
What's going on with my sister?
That's for her to say. And bye.
What? You?
I want you to leave.
All right, you're heading to breakfast.
Yes, sir.
All right, back down the list, Carter.
Hi.
I heard that struggle there.
Sorry.
A bit of a struggle. Carter, you wake up in your dormitory, in your dorm room, in your quarters. What would you like to do? You don't see any of your buddies next to you. I say your buddies, your roommates.
He'd look over at his wonderful little pet Oscar, and he'd be like, "Good morning." Oh. And
you see him just kind of stretch as well and flop a little bit further onto you.
he's like, I don't want to get up today, do you?
Meow. You hear him start burring.
I'm gonna take that as a no. And so we just sit there for a second. He'd maybe like pull out his book and read a little bit. And then he's like, I should get up. And so he'd set Oscar down. He'd go and put some food in his little capsule.
Perfect.
And get ready for the day. And then he would go out to the common room.
Awesome. You go into the common room and you see like a decent few people just hanging out around the common room. What would you like to do?
Do I know any of these people?
You do not. You haven't made friends.
Not made friends. Sorry, I had to write that down.
Oh my god.
He'd kind of just hold Oscar in his arms and be like, I should go talk to people. Can I get like a little more about the people in the common room?
Yeah. Is there anyone you'd like to go up to? There's a few people of interest. There's a girl that's kind of knitting in the corner. You know her as Lyra. She's another one of the first year students that joined you. She has a scar on her face. She's kind of knitting in the corner. You see it seems to be like a third or a second year student who is trying to get a what seems to be a cat down from floating. But other than that, there's not a lot going on in your common room right now.
Sorry, I'm writing it down. Oh. Because I know who I know who Dylan wants to talk to. But then I'm like, the other one is much more. I think he'd go help the third year.
Okay. You go up to the third year, and he seems to be struggling trying to get this cat down.
Do you need help?
He looks at you and he says, "Baby, my cat. Someone hexed it, and I swear it's likely that Ursa girl."
Who's Ursa?
Oh, don't worry about it. He kind of gestures, like, kind of offhandedly to you. She's not even in our house. Do you want to ask anything?
I think you'd look at him and be like, let me know if you need anything. I'll be around.
It's fine. You see him gesture for you to leave him alone as he's jumping up and trying to get his cat.
He'd look at me and be like, okay. And then he'd go over by Lyra and like sit down next to her and be like, well, he's a piece of work.
You hear a small like giggle from her, and she goes, "Yes, well, I think he's getting bullied," she says softly.
By who? If that's okay asking.
I think that girl Ursa, the Gryffindor, might be picking on a few people. I know she makes some rather nasty comments to myself, as well as I think one of her years as well. She continues knitting.
Well, if you need anything, I could help. I'm Kana, by the way.
She smiles to you and she puts a hand out. It's like a really dainty hand. She actually has almost like a tremor in her hand as she hands it to you.
He'd shake it.
She shakes it and she goes back to knitting. My name is Ryla. It's a pleasure to meet you. You're first year as well, right?
I am.
She nods.
We're did you grow up like this with wizards and stuff?
Yes. Well, no. My grandmother, see, she knew magic. My parents, not so much. She kind of chuckles and she says, they are quite religious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My parents thought they were getting scammed when I first got my letter.
Mine thought I was a devil.
Uh-huh. And he kind of just look at her and be like, well, I should go to breakfast, but I'll see you around, right?
Yeah, of course. If you ever need anything, let me know. I'm usually knitting in the common room.
I will keep that noted. And then he'd kind of stand up, give her a small little wave, and then leave.
Yeah, she gives you a very small smile and a gentle wave and goes back to knitting. All right, you heading to breakfast?
Yeah, I want food.
You want nummies?
I want food.
All right, Ryla, you're up.
That's good. Let's go.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
The start of the show. I know we've been waiting for this.
Start of the show. You wake up. You wake up and you are in your bedroom. There seems to be one of your dorm mates still there. She is kind of laid out on her bed and just reading.
Okay.
But other than that, you don't really see anyone else.
I'm gonna say good morning.
Morning.
Jesus, that was her voice. Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't expecting that voice out of her. I'm gonna say good morning, and then I'm gonna head down to the common room.
You head down to the common room. You don't look around or anything?
Oh, am I wearing my robe? If I'm not wearing my robe, I'll put that on first.
All right. You put on your robe. Do you check
I hope it's clean. Yeah, I will check on my plants. See what my plant's doing.
Yeah, it seems to be doing actually pretty well. It seems to actually have grown a little bit.
Oh, okay. You're a small plant, but you're growing. You're getting big. You're growing up so fast.
Are you attached to this plant?
Maybe a little bit.
All right, you head down to the common room. You do see your third year friends. Your three of them.
Okay.
They are hanging out kind of in a circle, and you do notice as well your buddy. I say your buddy. He really wasn't. You didn't really interact with him. Serpents, who is just kind of looking out the window again, once more at the water.
Okay. So I think he's looking for mermaids as the first time I talked to him. Probably. Yeah. Okay, maybe. I'm gonna head over to the third year friends and be like, hey guys, I know you're probably still ignoring me, but I want you to know you guys called me lame all of this. But I snuck into the greenhouse and I also went to the Forbidden Forest. No, believe me, I have some proof. Did my robe have any tears on it? Any tears from when we fell in the Forbidden Forest?
This is a different. Well, no, it's not a different robe because it has a few tears in it.
Okay, I wanna show them. Be like, as you can see, me and a couple of my friends fell in the Forbidden Forest as we're being chased down by something in the forest, shooting some kind of spell at us. I don't know what it was, but it seemed like it hurt my friend. But yeah. And then for proof that I was the greenhouse, At night, I'm gonna pull up my plant and be like, here, I don't know what this is, but it's some kind of plant that I found in the greenhouse.
They look amongst each other, and you see one of them look down to you and say, "And you haven't gotten in trouble?"
Well, I mean, we have gotten caught, but we have just been running from people. Quite literally.
You look quite cool, aren't you?
Yeah.
You see one of them look amongst each other again and kind of look to the plant and say, "Hey, right. Yeah, I respect you a lot more, Ryla, actually."
Thank you. I just wanted you guys to know that I am not as lame as you think I am. But I can get into some mischief too. That's what I've actually been doing this entire time I've been at Hogwarts, is getting into some type of mischief almost every day.
And you see them kind of chuckle, and they look to each other and then look to you again and say, "If you've been getting into mischief, do you want a little bit more of mischief?"
I mean, what kind of mischief are we talking about?
Well, we're planning to prank Mr. Tendons today. Do you want to get involved?
What kind of prank is it?
Well, they kind of look to each other and then look to you and say, "You're not a snitch, are you?"
No. My lips are sealed.
We plan to put a fire fizzy in his closet, so when he opens the door, it'll go off.
What does a fire fizzy do?
Are you asking them or are you asking me as a DM?
I'm asking them.
Well, fire fizzies are rather large explosives. They don't do damage, you hear one of them say. And then the other one goes, "It just sort of sparkles a lot and makes a very loud noise and explodes everywhere, a bunch of confetti, pretty much."
Oh, so it's just meant to scare Mr. Tendon?
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, if it's just a harmless little prank, then I don't see what's the big deal about it.
You see them nod and they say, "We're thinking either we want to do just one or if we want to do a few. We kind of want to do a few."
If you plan a few, you should plan in different spots around his. If you're doing it in his room, you said, right?
We're going to do it in his closet. So in
his closet, okay.
In the groundskeeping closet on the grounds, as well as we're thinking of doing a few kind of around the campus just to scare other teachers or students, whoever finds them.
Okay, yeah, if it's just a harmless prank that won't really hurt people, then I don't see what's the big deal about it.
It shouldn't, as long as they don't pick it up. But it should go off before they pick it up, so there's no issue.
Yeah, I don't see what the big deal is. I think honestly it's a good idea, but my lips are sealed. I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. I wasn't here.
They nod. They say, "Do you want to help us or do you just want to see the outcome?"
I want to see the outcome. I would love to see the outcome.
You see kind of the only boy in the group nod at you and say, "That makes sense. I really didn't want to be a part of it either, but the girls want to try it, so might as well."
Yeah. Tell me how the outcome goes, guys.
I'm sure you'll hear about it. Especially tonight.
I probably would. Yeah. I probably would.
Especially considering it's a loud boom.
I really hope one of the first years find them, specifically just any first year that comes upon it. I think it'd be pretty funny to see the reaction.
They nod and they kind of go back to discussing things. You have the plant still. What would you like to do with it?
I would just set it down, honestly. I showed them. Just set it down. I mean, I could hold on to it, but what I'm going to do with it in my pocket, it's just going to keep growing. I'm going to have nowhere else to put it.
Are you going to put it in your dormitory, or are you going to put it just in there?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go upstairs and put it, do I have, a side table? What's on my bed?
Yeah. You have a side table.
I'm going to put it, on my side table on my bed.
All right. You set it down. It's just hanging out there.
It's going to hang out there, yes. And then I am going to go back down to the common room and talk to Serpents. That's the name, right? Serpents?
Yep. Roll me a luck.
Okay. Gotcha.
Let's see.
That was a lot of typing, Hyman. That was a bit scary.
I'm sorry. Okay, you're good. You go downstairs and you don't actually see him.
Okay.
He seems to have left within the time that you went upstairs and went back down.
Okay, that's fair. Okay. Well, there's no one else to talk to, nothing else to see. I'm going to go out and go to the get some breakfast.
All right, you had some breakfast.
Get the breakfast.
All right. All right. Ba 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 ba. That's me being funky. All right. You all are at breakfast now. Are you sitting together or are you sitting apart is the real question.
I'm sitting together. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or I want to.
I think Carter would, yeah.
I just got my third-year friends back.
Are you gonna sit
I
with
want to
them
be
though?
called lame at them. I'll sit like at a distance.
At a distance. Are you still
At
sitting
a
at the same
distance.
table?
Yeah, I would, but at like a little bit of a distance. So there's like a distance between me and them.
Goofy. You guys watch Ryla come and sit down at a little bit of a distance from you, but she's still near you guys. Is there anything you'd like to as you on and look around the common rooms? I will say, not the commons room, the Great Hall. You do notice as you all kind of got there that decorations seem to be up for Halloween. A lot of pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns are placed around the Great Hall, as well as some just sort of like very interesting kind of decorations right now. It seems they're still prepping for the Halloween evening. So like the kind of like the dinner time thing that they have going. Oop, I'm opening shit. But other than that, yeah.
Fucking love Halloween. Sorry. Love Halloween.
I'm just imagining fucking Augie saying that. I freaking love Halloween.
Yeah, he's like vibrating in his fucking
Yeah, I was gonna say.
now.
He said, I freaking love Halloween.
Man. So this is like the day after the incident or something, right?
2 days, pretty much.
2 days.
I mean, I would say like because it was Saturday evening that it happened. You guys went to bed in the nurses' wing. It was Sunday, so that Sunday you guys kind of relaxed in the nurses' wing a lot. And then next evening you guys kind of went to your dormitories after everyone was informed of the ministry coming in. And then today is Monday. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's been a day and like a few hours.
Is the ministry guy like in the Great Hall
Are you looking?
Yes.
Roll on knowledge. Anyone else would like to do that, they certainly can as well.
I would like to also look.
Wait, what are we rolling for?
To find the ministry person.
Oh.
I got a 10.
Hell yeah.
We got a 9.
Yeah.
I got
Oh
a
my God.
15! Good
Oh,
rolls
I
today!
might as
Good
well.
rolls today!
Oh, there we go. I saw that delay. I was staring at it.
Ryla doesn't see it. We all don't see it.
I also want to know if I know the ministry person, since my father works in a ministry. I would think I would know some people in the ministry, like some of the adults, right?
You would know some of them, yes, but I will explain.
Okay.
Augie, you do note someone. That 10 was what we needed. 10 and up. Oh, never mind. Augie doesn't see shit because he left.
I have no idea what just fucking happened.
Augie's gone. He doesn't see anything anymore.
You literally,
just
you watch as
disintegrated.
Augie disintegrate and then reappear. No.
Amber starts having a panic attack.
What's happening? Oh, you see everyone in the room start panicking now. Augie, I needed a 10, so you do actually see a ministry member. You see a kind of younger man. He is a little tall and almost like how do I explain it? Like not lanky, but like almost like skinny. Like he's skinny. He looks tired. He is in a ministry sort of suit kind of situation going for him. You see a patch on his chest. It's kind of worn out. He has black hair. It's slicked back really messily. And he just looks tired. He has bags under his eyes. He is writing notes kind of aggressively off to the sidelines. And just kind of looking around very like tiredly. He's not scared looking. He's not like tweaked. He's not like overly looking around doing things. He looks like he's just tired. As he's writing in this kind of notepad. Ryla,
job is pretty bad.
Yeah, Ryla,
pretty stressful.
You look up and you notice you do know him. There's not a lot of Auroras in the ministry right now, as the ministry is kind of not close-knit at the moment, being the 1890s, but it is sort of a little bit more on the like everyone kind of knows everyone aspect of things. You don't know him that well though. He's a newer member. Okay. He is the junior Aurora. So it seems like they are not really taking this as seriously as they should, or they are only sending him out because it is kind of like a school incident, and so it's not that bad. His name is Donovan Meyer, and he's kind of almost like a low-ranking field agent, pretty much.
Okay.
And usually they send low-rankers to observe and to make sure the area is secure. So that's kind of what they're there for.
Got it. Okay.
What's his name again? I'm sorry.
You don't know it. Yeah, you don't know shit about him. This is the extra information that I just said is for Ryla. Unless Ryla tells you, you don't know anything about it.
Fine.
Yeah, fine.
I'm gonna look to the group and I'm gonna tell them what's up. I'm like, okay, so guys, that guy over there is the person that is from the ministry. His name was, what was his name again? His name was Donovan. What's the last name?
Meyer. Donovan Meyer, yeah.
Okay, yeah. His name is Donovan Meyer. He is.
How do you spell Meyer?
M-Y-E-R. Oh.
M-I-R-E. Probably other ways of spelling it, but that's how you spell it.
From what my father has told me, he looks to be pretty new. I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't seen him around much, but he does look a bit familiar to me. And he must be new and a little low ranking. So, yeah.
Yeah, you guys get told that. And you guys, Amber and Carter, you can't see him now. Like, you note, like, everything that was noted about him. It's not like I'm like, no, your vision of is obscured after they pointed him out. But you can see him now.
Okay.
So you know that information.
Cool. Do I know people from the ministry, too? Or would I?
You actually, yeah, you would know a few. I don't know about Auroras, though, because the Auroras are kind of
less than Ryla.
Yeah.
In terms of people anyways.
Yeah, Auroras are more like the officers, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like they are kind of more on the
police of the wizarding world.
Yep.
You're...
And so it's a little bit different of the side rather than your side where it's more clerical.
Yeah.
Ryla's side is both, but it's more or less like her dad is literally like the head guy. So
right. Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't think I know as many ministry people as Ryla, because I think Ryla would have met and seen more.
A lot of. I would guess since my father is the head minister, like head of the ministry, like I would have like seen and like talked to a bunch of people from the ministry.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you do, and I will say, Amber, after like being informed, you do kind of understand that this is like a Aurora.
Cool.
Which is just kind of knowledge to you. An Aurora?
Yes.
I think it's
Auror.
Aurora or an auror.
Oh, I think it's aura. I just can't pronounce it, guys. I'm letting you know
Aurora?
I can't.
I don't remember how it's supposed to be pronounced anyway, so who cares?
An aura. I'm just calling it a aurora.
Why is that an aura farm?
Aura farm.
Well, and maybe the way they
Aura
pronounced it
farming.
changed
Aura
over the years, guys.
Yeah, you know what? It's a pronunciation that changed, guys. All right.
It don't matter.
It doesn't.
It matters to me.
Well, too bad. Especially since you rolled bad.
LOL.
Anyway.
You all are terrible.
What would she like to do in this moment? You guys are kind of eating. And so you guys have a moment. You want to discuss things? I will give you guys a chance to do some things before we get to the evening this time around. So if you'd like to investigate anyone, interact with someone specific, or do any of that stuff, you know. Intention, I nudge.
I want to find my brother.
I'm looking for Evangeline.
Evangeline is going to be hard. You know the information that I gave you on that one.
Yes.
I'm gonna be right back while you guys do that.
All right.
And then Ryla, what do you want to do?
Ryder's gonna. I wanna see what I can find out about Donovan Meyer.
Donovan Meyer, you wanna talk to
I'm gonna
Donovan.
investigate. Yeah.
All right.
Also,
Investigate.
We're gonna
I
go
was
down the
gonna-
list. What's up?
I was gonna ask before we do that. I was gonna ask Ryla. So, what did your friends think about you going into the Forbidden Forest, and what did they think about you getting, a plant from the greenhouse?
I'm gonna look at Augie and be like, well, thank you, Augie, for the plan. It was really helpful, and they don't think I'm lame anymore. They actually think I'm pretty cool, because I've been telling them, like, how much mischief we've been getting up to lately.
Yeah, we're the cool kids, and I go for like the high five.
More like, I'm a cool kid.
You see Augie's hand up and just waiting for you.
I would high five him. Like, yeah, you're cool in your own way, Augie.
I'm not gonna say that.
I knew I was a cool kid. And like I do like the fist. Like,
I mean, if James thinks you're cool, then I guess you're pretty cool for a Gryffindor.
I love how like James is just known as like the cool guy in school.
Complete opposite of Amber.
No, so real.
Did you hear that, guys? Did you hear that, guys? I'm a cool kid.
Does my brother think you're cool?
That is the question. Does he actually think he's cool?
Yeah.
Or does he just talk to you
kinda think
because
you're
you interact with
dorky.
Amber?
Yeah.
I would think James kind of thinks you're dorky. That's my opinion, though. How about we go find out Augie?
Okay.
Good lord.
Augie has a side quest now.
You said okay.
Okay.
Augie's side quest to find out if he's cool by James or not.
Am I cool?
Am I cool? I fear.
Actually, maybe we should wait until, after Amber
I'm
tells
back.
him that, we all nearly died in the Forbidden Forest.
Could you imagine he was like standing right there when you said that?
God.
And Matt, Jaime, can you make that canonical, please? He just walks over to talk to his sister, and he's like, Augie says that, and he's right behind Augie. Please make
Roll
that
me a
canon,
luck, Augie.
please.
Roll me a luck.
Oh, no.
That
Oh,
would be
no.
so funny. I want
If
that
I
to be
want it
canon.
to happen, would that be a good luck or would that be a bad luck?
You'll
Really?
find out.
I got a 4.
Let me see.
Please.
Nah.
No.
What if I don't want it to happen?
Well, too bad. It is a bad
Damn
thing
it.
if it does happen.
Yeah,
So
I don't want it to happen.
I fear it does not happen. You would have had to roll really bad for it, and you didn't. So
Man.
you did roll bad earlier, though.
Well, it's not.
I won't tell you what happened.
Okay.
What's funny is, as a DM, I am telling you this because I think it's funny. 2 of you in the first morning roll did roll really bad, and so something did happen. You just don't know.
That's so comforting.
Smacked in the face by a
I know.
Wait, if it's 2 of us, 3 of us had a 3 of us had a 3. I had a 4. You know,
we all have different luck.
1. I know, but then I rolled a 1. It had to be me. I was one of them. I'm just gonna say that right now.
We'll have to wait and see.
You also have to remember, it's whatever it is to the closest of the number.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't go. Okay, let me explain luck, because I actually don't know if you know what luck is, so I will explain it. When I do luck is, let's say you get a 4, okay? Let's say you got a 4. The closest numbers, so the 2 and the 1 and the 3 are the ones that are okay for you. 1 would be the furthest number, so 1 would be your bad luck.
Yeah.
If you succeed, if you get like on the money, so if you get like the roll that you're supposed to get, that's a good luck. So if you got a 4, it'd be good luck.
I gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Cool beans. Wanted to make sure you understood it because I realized that I don't think I ever explained luck to you, Flaw.
I think you did.
I get it.
I get it. At the very beginning.
I feel like I did too, but I fear she might have forgotten, so it's okay. I really have to pee, so let me be right back.
Go piss,
Pookie.
I'll be so fast.
Take your time.
Can't believe you wanted him to hear like that. That would have been horrible.
I would have fucking cackled. Not gonna lie.
He would have been so pissed off. He was so like defensive and protective about it, and like he was like, "Don't
I would
go
be
in."
like, "It's not our fault. It's not our fault. You know, they made us go in there, and they regretted it immediately."
Would have been.
So, you know, there's some serial killer out there with the plant who likes hurting animals.
There's a serial killer with a plant. Something you've never heard, IRL.
With a magical plant.
Have you ever seen Little Shop of Horrors?
Well, I said IRL. Is Little Shop of Horrors IRL, Dylan?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You're right. It's based off of a true story. Oh, Dylan. But yeah, I fear that needs to be a discussion that's had with James and not just him overhearing, because that would have been horrible. Surprise! Blatantly ignored what you told me.
I mean, it's not even our fault.
Well, no, but we probably could have gotten out of it somehow if we really tried.
No, I doubt it.
Well, we will never know, cause, you know, beyond that. We've gone past it. I'm tired. Guys, I feel like my chair's really loud. Can you hear it creaking when I move?
Move.
No.
I cannot hear it.
Okay, that's comforting. Because I fear anytime I like lean forward or back at all, I hear it go, and I was like, I should make sure that you guys can't hear that. So how are you guys?
In-game or IRL?
I'm chilling. I'm like on the floor right now because my dog stole my chair.
What an asshole.
He is sitting on my chair. Buddy, you wanna go down? You wanna go down, buddy? He doesn't want to move. I am asking him to move and he's just looking at me. He is just looking at me. Like, he doesn't want to move at all. Buddy, I need to play D&D. Can you move, please? Come on, Bubs. Let's go. Oh, I'm glad you're willing to stand up. Thank you. You can have it back when I'm done. Can you stop biting stuff off my floor now? Sorry. My dog is biting shit off my floor.
I don't know.
You know, I'm like still hungry, but
Big back.
I pretty much got the rest of my of what was left.
Aw, dang.
So I'll just make something else later.
We're back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Apologies, I really had to pay. Alright.
Oh, good.
You better now. Ladder released.
Alright. So released. Carter, was there anything you wanted to do? Because you can interact with anyone in this moment. Investigate
You can come
anything.
with me and talk to Donovan Meyer.
You could.
No, I'm good.
I'm gonna force you to go with someone, so you can either pick or I can pick for you.
Oh wait, what's happening?
Okay.
What
I'm
are
giving
other
you a
people
moment during breakfast to interact or investigate something that is kind of bothering you. About kind of hints, whatever you feel like you felt is going on character-wise, and or just to interact with a character that you want to interact with. Amber chose James. Augie chose to try and find Evangeline. Ryla chose to go up to Donovan Meyer. So you have options to do whatever.
You know what? I think... Wait, let me
There's a few people that you can interact with. Because pretty much everyone is at breakfast right now, including people that you would not expect to be able to talk to right now.
I think he'd see all of his friends are gone, and then he'd look around for Lyra, because he's just like, I have nobody else to talk to now.
Oh, that's cute.
And he'd go find her.
All right, so we'll go down the list. Amber, you want to talk to your brother?
Yeah.
All right. You find him kind of chatting at the Gryffindor common table. Gryffindor table. He's just kind of chatting. He looks up at you as you walk over and seems to kind of furrow his brow as he kind of watches you, because he got told by Augie that you need to talk to him. So he stands up and he kind of walks over to you, like meeting you halfway.
Yeah, making it real ominous for my poor brother.
Yeah, seriously, he's stressed. He kind of walks up to you and he's like, Amber.
Yeah.
Is there, Augie said there's something going on. Like, are you alright? Didn't get hurt or anything? He kind of is looking over you, like making sure you're not like injured or anything.
Let's go talk somewhere less busy.
He glances around and he nods and he kind of takes your hand and not even hand, more like shoulder, and takes you away from the Great Hall, where he kind of goes into the hallway.
Yeah. Does it look
he
like...
walks away from the entrance.
Yeah. I was about to say, does it look like anyone is right around us?
Roll knowledge.
Maybe if there's anyone listening in. 11. My rolls are so dookie today.
There doesn't seem to be anyone listening in at all right now.
Okay.
You seem to be more or less alone in the hallway.
I'm still gonna try to explain stuff quietly, but
yeah, absolutely.
Still. Okay. So there was some stuff that happened on Saturday when, so like I talked to you, and then the day went on, and we, well, by we I mean me, Augie, Carter, and Ryla all had detention that night, because we had gotten caught sneaking out, and the detention that we had happened to be going. She takes a deep breath. Going into the Forbidden Forest with the oh my god, what the fuck is their name? With Professor Gunwell and Mr. Tendon to find a puff. What are they called?
He's like staring at you right now, just very quiet. He's frowning.
A puffskin. That's what they're called. Sorry, had to think back. And so we went in with them, and well, we found the puffskin and were able to help it, and then we started heading back, and it was all okay, and it was normal, like, detention stuff, like they were trying to I think they were trying to like scare us and be like, you don't go in here, which I, to be fair, wasn't really planning on going in after what you said, and then the detention happened and I went, oh well, I guess I have to, so I did. But well, all that kind of happened, and then mist kind of formed, and a guy came out and tried to hurt me and my friends, and we lost the teachers and ended up just running to like a weird ritual looking thing, and then got away from, and that by that point we had ran away from whoever the guy was, and then
Amber, as you're saying this, you're seeing like his like a hand go up to his like mouth to cover his mouth, and he looks stressed. Like he looks absolutely horrified that this has happened.
Amber is absolutely like not giving eye contact to him. Like Amber's like looking kind of like down towards the ground a little bit, and like talking and explaining and like kind of counting things off on her fingers of like, we did this happened, and that happened, but not looking at him because she's nervous about it. And so she just like keeps going, and she's like, and then there was like a ritual thing, and then we all touched one of like the pedestal things, and Augie touched one in the middle, and then he had what I think was a seizure and passed out, and then we were finally found by the teachers and were able to be brought back out, and we did tell Mrs. Weasley and the teachers kind of what happened, but yeah, that's kind of, yeah. And she finally looks over at him.
His face looks horrified. He is covering his mouth, and he looks stressed as fuck. He is stressing. He is staring at you and looks like he's about to literally like call your parents to come pick them up.
Ember, she's kind of like tense a little bit, and her, like, she's very clearly trying to just observe what James is doing and going to do. And she kind of like puts her hands up a little bit and does like jazz hands kind of, and she's like, but we're all okay. I mean, we did roll down the cliff, and then Augie did that like seizure thing, but like none of us got seriously hurt. Well, Augie got the closest, but he's okay, and I'm okay, and so is everyone else. And we're not planning on going back into the forest again at all, if that brings you any comfort. I don't know if it would. Please don't tell Mom and Dad.
I feel like I have to.
No. Okay.
Like I'm your I'm your big brother. I'm supposed to be protecting you, and you're over here going in the Forbidden Forest and almost getting killed and going into a ritual. Why are you going into a ritual circle?
Well, okay. Well,
Amber?
you can't tell people about what I just told you. I'm telling you this in confidence, James.
You see him, like, furrow his eyebrows, and he's just kind of, like, worriedly staring at you for a moment, and he says, why? What are you involved in, Amber?
Well, that's kind of what we're trying.
You're 11!
Well... Yeah, but you know what I always say, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. I got curious about some things, and then things kind of just went off. And it's like, we're okay. We're all okay. None of us are, well, we were in danger, I guess. None of us got, like, seriously hurt, and we're not going to. We're all pretty, well, I'm pretty smart, and I keep the rest of the group pretty well together.
You're 11, Amber!
And?
Oh my god. He like rubs his face and he looks around and he kind of like gestures for you to get closer and he says, Amber, I can't not tell our parents. Like, this is... Like, have they caught the person who was chasing you?
Well, no, but that's why, like, the ministry guy's here now. Because
the ministry guy looks like a tool.
Well,
He doesn't look like he's going to figure anything out.
Well, there's not a lot we can do at this point. I don't want to be taken from the school. I just got here.
Roll a charisma check.
Oh.
Go ahead. You can say what you want to say, by the way, to him as you roll.
I haven't even made any friends outside of them yet.
Amber, you just have to get yourself out there more. I don't know if these people are a good influence on you. You've always been
nat 20!
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
You've always been... Seriously. You've always been sort of shy, and they're not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love, like, you're getting into more of the stuff I got into, but
what?
He kind of stares at you for a bit.
James, you never
Amber,
even
you have to...
told me, like, what all you did get into. You never told me any details about the forest. All I know is something changed that year when you came home.
You see him kind of glance around. And I think the song playing right now is a good kind of vibe of exactly kind of how he's moving in this moment. And he kind of stares off into his face for a second and he says, oh, changed. There we go. I don't know. Amber, I really don't feel... It's just not appropriate to tell you about, but as long as you promise not to go in again and to stay out of whatever that is going on with you, rituals, you shouldn't be involved in that.
I'm gonna be honest with you, James, and I want to be honest with you because you're my brother and I love you and I want you to know what I'm doing and what's going on in my life. I don't know if I can promise all that. I want to. I want you to know I don't plan to get into trouble and stuff like that, but I need you to understand that from what I know, my friends are in danger, and I'm in danger, and everyone at the school is in danger, and I've been having these weird moments with, like visions, and I don't know what's going on with that, and no one has helped with it, no one has helped with anything, and so all I can do is try to figure it out myself, with my friends, and James,
he grabs your shoulders, and he kind of holds you there for a moment, and he's staring into your eyes, and he says, Amber, your mother's sister, and I don't want anything bad to happen to you, and I understand there's a lot going on. I'm gonna teach you something, alright? And he takes out his wand. And he kind of lets go of your shoulders. Come here. And he starts moving towards, like, a room that's kind of off in, like, the corner.
Okay.
And we're about to be taught something.
Oh. I'm learning!
Let's go! Let's fucking go! Sorry. Let's go!
Alright. He goes into a room, and you note that it seems to be kind of like just a storage room, but it seems to have like kind of a decent amount of space, and he shuts the door behind you guys.
Okay.
He makes sure like no one seems to be looking, and he shuts the door, and he looks to you as he turns on one of the lights, which is like a lantern in the room, and he looks to you and he says, "You can't tell anyone I taught you this, by the way. I could get in trouble since, I mean, you're supposed to learn about it, but you're supposed to learn about it later on in the year, and I could get in a little bit of trouble because of what kind of spell it is."
Ember, like, puts her right hand up and her left on her chest. I promise.
Right. I can't have you going out there, whatever this is, not knowing how to defend yourself. I'm not about to do that. So, at the very least, just listen to me. And he holds his wand out, and you hear him say, "Flipendo!" And you watch as a crate goes flying.
Oh.
He does like a wand movement and everything. And he says, "I am going to teach you the spell, Flipendo. Okay?
Okay.
Now, what this does is it's going to knock back whoever you are pointing it at."
Okay.
Alright, it's a defense against the dark arts spell. It's a defensive spell, and you're supposed to use it against people who are trying to hurt you, or in a duel, or anything like that, alright? Now watch my hand movement, and you have to say it right.
Okay.
And he says it again and knocks something back. He says, "Flipendo!" And you watch as a crate flies back and hits the wall. And he gestures for you to try. And I will let you go ahead and roll a wand craft with any sort of any sort of thing that you want to add to it that would make sense with what you have.
I only have divination and potions, so I don't have any skills I can
Alright.
add, I don't think.
That's okay. Go ahead and do your wand craft and then roll.
I got a 17.
Yep, you get that bad boy. Go ahead and say Flipendo, and the results.
Flipendo.
Yep. Swish and flick. You watch as this spell pretty much flings one of the crates against the wall, and he says, "Awesome! All right, awesome, cool." And he claps his hands and he says, "You know how to do it. All right. It's pretty easy of a spell. Practice a bit with it. Use it if you feel like you need to. I assume you already know Protego."
Yeah.
Alright. For now, it's all I can teach you. But just be careful, alright? I don't want you to be getting into fights. Don't use this against any of your fellow students or whatever. I don't want to get in trouble for teaching you this, alright?
Yeah, of course.
And he kind of turns to you and pulls you into like a hug.
Aw, Amber would hug back. I'm so lovely.
And kind of does like a hold, and he kind of rocks side to side. Not like a smooth rock. It's when like you teeter side to side. It's like a dumb sibling kind of like rock. You know what I'm talking about. You have to know. Where it's like stiff-legged. And he's like, "Amber, you're a lot more like me than I expected."
Well, we were raised by the same people.
That's true. God, our dad's kind of an idiot.
Yeah. Do you know if Dad was ever this good at that good at divination from a young age, or did he just learn it as time went on?
I think he learned it when time went on, but I know a lot of our family did a lot of divination. I don't got the knack for it. I'm more like Mom, but I don't know. I don't really know that much, as much as I'd like to know. Maybe talk to Dad this summer about what's going on with you.
Yeah, I guess I will. I don't really know what else to do at this point. Don't know anyone else is having visions, to be fair.
I mean, it could be a curse. He does like a grin at you. He's playing with you. He's making a joke.
You, Jack! She kind of like punches his arm a little bit.
You've been cursed by, you know, I don't know. One of the ghosts at Hogwarts. Woo! He does like wiggly hands at you.
Oh, shut up. I have not.
You have. It's infectious. I've got it too.
You just said you don't have visions. Now you're
No,
just
I have them now.
contradicting yourself.
I'll see you're going to laugh in the future, and he starts tickling you.
No, you stop it!
See, I'll tell the future.
Ugh, well, it doesn't work like that.
I don't know. I feel like I just did it.
Well, it's not really something you can control. You controlled that.
I'm older.
Oh, shut up.
He just kind of cackles and he like opens the door. He's like, all right, let's get you out of here. Let's get you back to your no good friends.
Oh, please, like yours any better.
No, they're not. Just like you, I like them rough.
Well, I don't know if mine are necessarily rough. A little dumb at times, but, you know.
That's what I mean. They're a little dumb, a little rough. They get weirder over the years.
They get weirder? I don't know, my friends are already pretty weird.
That's what I'm saying, they get weirder.
Hey!
Well,
that's the fun of it. You learn one of them likes to eat curdled milk, and it's the worst thing in the world.
curdled milk?
No, I wouldn't question it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's Chris. He's weird.
Well, maybe he should get his stomach checked. I don't think that's very good for you.
I don't think so either. You know, I've told him, he's like walking with you back to the to the Great Hall. I've told him not to do that, but you know, he also picks his nose and eats it, so I think he's just a little weird.
Yeah, I hope none of my friends are that bad. I
don't know, I feel like that little weird one, the little redhead. I feel like he might eat some curdled milk.
I don't think Augie would do that on purpose, though. Well...
He kind of stares for a moment, he's like, do you?
I mean, maybe he would. But...
There's always that weird one. It's okay, though. Oh, you love him.
Yeah. Man, I was scared really bad when I thought he died. Ember's like joking about it, even though it's clearly shouldn't be joked about.
Yeah, you see his face kind of sad, and he's like, yeah, don't... Just be careful, and if you have to run again, run. Don't fight if you can't help it, but if you need to...
Oh, trust me, whoever was in the forest were definitely beyond my skill level, so I grabbed everyone and got out really quick. Like I said, and I mean this, I need you to know that I'm not just your dumb little sister anymore. I do have some smart to me, at least. And
he gets to like the doors of the Great Hall and he turns to you and he kind of gives you almost like a sad smile and he says, I know, Ember. You're very smart. Just don't get hurt.
Well, that's the plan. To not
He
get
nods.
hurt,
He ruffles the shit out of your hair.
so.
It's a mess now, and he kind of walks in.
I try to like fix my hair a little bit and then walk in to go sit back down.
I gotcha. That was your brotherly moment.
Yay! So much better than I thought it was gonna go. God.
All right, Augie.
What? It's my turn?
Yep, it's your turn.
Hell yeah!
All right. You are trying to find Evangeline. Which Evangeline is the question?
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for either, to be honest. You know, if I even find one of them, I'm gonna be happy.
Roll me a D50.
A D50.
Oh.
I'll repeat myself. Roll me a D50.
All right. Oh, 6.
You see 6 students matching the description of each student that Evangeline.
Oh, fuck.
You don't know who the fuck you don't know who the fuck Evangeline is. Your only description is long hair, black hair with glasses,
and she's a Gryffindor.
Short, or curly short hair. Who's also a Gryffindor.
Okay.
Both are Gryffindors, but you see 6 of each.
All right.
Not.
I'm gonna approach them. Every single last one of them. I'm gonna approach them.
Roll me luck.
All right. A 1.
Let me just see.
Oh no. I'm pretty sure that's like my bad one. So,
Augie, you are kind of like walking up to every single student who is there, and you walk up to a girl with curly, short, brown hair who is reading a book, and she looks up to you as you say, "What do you say?"
Hi. I'm Augustus Grimm. I'm looking for a Gryffindor named Evangeline. Are you possibly her?
What do you want to know?
Because I've been. There's a barking cat in the tower, and I'm just really.
It's not mine.
All right.
It's the other one.
So you are Evangeline?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I'm Evangeline. My last name is Fizzlepot.
Oh, yeah. Let me write that down really quick.
If you're looking for Mayfield, I don't know where she is, but you need to stop mixing me up with her. I don't have that dumb little cat.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Miss Fizzlepot. And I offer a hand.
Don't call me Mrs. like I'm some old lady.
I never said Mrs. I said Miss. Okay.
Well, same difference. My name's Evangeline. Use it.
Okay. Of course, Evangeline.
She nods and huffs and goes back to her book. She doesn't even shake your hand.
Damn. Fine. Okay, and she was the.
She was first year.
First year. The first.
You gonna ask her any clue on where the other one is, or are you just gonna walk away from her?
Do you perhaps know where? Oh wait, yeah, she already said she didn't know where she was. Didn't she?
She said I'm not her. They need to stop mixing me up with her.
I do. I don't mean to be, interrupting you, but do you know where I could possibly find the other Evangeline?
No one knows where she's been off to. But she kind of pauses and says, "Well, I've been telling everyone to go to the astronomy tower. She seemed to like that place a lot, actually."
Oh. Okay, well, thank you very much.
No promises, though.
I figured. But thank you anyway. I'll leave you to it.
She nods and she goes back to her book. You have another hint on where you can possibly find this other Evangeline, as you figured out that Evangeline Fisselpot does not have the barking cat.
Okay.
However, I'm not giving you the chance to go all the way to the astronomy tower. That shit is...
Man! All right, what's the other Evangeline's name? Wait, the last name is Evangeline...
Meyerfield.
Meyerfield. M-I-R-E?
Meyerfield.
I got you.
She is the fourth year. Do you want to ask anything else about her?
I heard she has long black hair. Is that true? And round glasses.
To Fisselpot.
Yes.
Yes. She is pretty tall. She tends to wear a lot of sweaters, really. She always has some sort of... She's always clutching her weird necklace all the time. She does have glasses. But yes, that's a good description of her. Black hair, long.
Okay.
She has bangs.
You said something about a necklace. What does that look like?
I have no clue. It's not my necklace.
That's very true. You know what? I think I have enough information about her. You have a wonderful day. And I will be out of your hair. Oh, and happy Halloween. Sorry.
Yes.
Just
leave. You leave her.
I'll skip away.
Back to the table, I assume?
Yes.
All right. Did you like Fisselpot?
I mean, I think I got her like angry side, but hey, there's always time to get on her good side, I guess.
There is. Carter, you wanted to interact with Lyra again.
Yeah.
All right. She's at the Hufflepuff table. I assume you go up to her.
Yep.
All right. She's still knitting and kind of eating breakfast. What do you say as you go up to her?
Not that. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat.
Carter. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I think you just look at her and be like, "Is this seat taken?"
No, most people don't really like sitting next to me, but go ahead.
Oh, why not?
She kind of chuckles and shows her scar a bit more.
I mean...
It's a bit mean, some of them.
Yeah. Oh.
She lets her hair go back down to cover it again.
Yeah. He'd look at her and be like, "If you don't mind me asking, what did happen?"
She kind of just stays silent for a moment. Roll me a charisma with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. And he'd also say,
just
he'd be like,
you.
Yeah. That was in my... You said charisma?
Yep, disadvantage.
With disadvantage. And he'd be like, you don't have to tell me. I know it was... Oh. I know it was kind of upfront.
It's alright. I don't really want to talk about it.
Okay.
Not really, at least.
Yep. We don't have to talk about it. Not at all. Nope.
She nods to you and continues knitting.
And then he just like sit there and I look and be like,
She's kind of quiet for a bit and she says, "Are you Muggle-born?"
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, I am.
She nods. She says, My parents were also not wizards.
Yeah, I don't know where I get my magic from.
I don't really know how it works here. I think sometimes it just comes through lineages. So someone in your past may have been a wizard.
Right. Who knows, I guess.
Yes. It's all
I'm
quite
here.
strange.
Right.
It's different. Either way, it's interesting at least.
Yeah.
And probably a better school than we could have gone to. She kind of nudges him a bit.
You go, yeah. Oh, you don't want to know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. No.
She looks back down to her needle, like her knitting, and continues knitting. She seems willing to talk to you, but seems kind of shy.
Right.
Quiet.
He'd like kick his feet, and then he'd be like, "How's your home life?" He has no clue what to ask. He's like awkward, and he's like, you said your parents were uber religious."
Yes, they were a bit frightened about the whole wizarding thing.
Yeah.
And then, I have 5 other siblings.
You had 5 siblings?
Yes.
Whew.
One of them are younger.
Wait. Yeah, I just have a younger sister. Sorry, I just had to check my doc. Ignore that.
She nods to you. She seems kind of awkward about talking about her past, it seems. You can infer that.
Yeah, he'd kind of pick this up and he'd be like, yeah, my sister Alice, she's 5, 6 now.
She nods.
And she, yeah, we're maybe not as close as I want to. She would have started school this year. Yeah.
She nods again.
He's so awkward.
Yeah, this is so awkward for it's seemingly both of you.
Yes.
You watch as Lyra kind of adjusts her like what she's knitting and kind of glances to you and says, "Do you have a favorite subject in school?"
Not really, no. I've always just gotten fine grades. My parents help me the best they can, but I think I'm kind of at the point where they can't. And he'd like chuckle awkwardly and he'd be like, yeah, I know what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
I like defense against magical, the dark arts. It's an interesting subject.
That is... Yeah. I get it. I mean, I don't think I've quite found my subject yet. I don't know if I've quite found my place at all. And he'd kind of just like realize he's like, I feel weird now.
She kind of chuckles a bit and she reaches her hand out and you see it does have that tremor still. And she nods and she says, yes, well, herbology is a good one as well. She seems to look at the time or at the, what is it? The clock above where she can see the time and takes a drink and sets it down. She puts her needle, her her knitting needles away as well as what she was knitting, and she kind of stands up and looks at you and does like almost like a curtsy sort of bow and says, "Hey, Rot, I need to get to my class."
He'd look at her and he'd be like, "Oh, all right. Have a good one."
"You as well. Goodbye." And she kind of does a little curtsy again and walks off.
Then he'd just sit there and he'd be like, "Well, that was awkward."
I will note, there are no classes today.
Oh. Oh!
Either she was lying or she has a special thing going on with her. You don't know.
I don't think he'd realize that at first.
Silly. All right, are you going back to the table to meet up with your friends again? All right.
Yeah.
Ryla!
Yes!
You wanted to meet up with Donovan Meyer.
Yes, I do.
Alrighty. You kind of get up from the table and head over to the Aurora that is standing off to the side and writing notes. You kind of walk up to him. He grimaces a little bit as you walk up to him and looks down to you and then goes back to his writing. What would you like to say to him?
I'm gonna go up to him and be like, "What you writing over there?"
It's none of your business.
I think it is kind of my business.
He
a little bit of my business.
Breathes in and breathes out slowly and says, "Just because you are a Moor does not mean that you have privy to any of the information I am writing down."
I'm not gonna. I'm the reason you're here anyways.
It does not matter what you are, Miss Moore. It matters that this is an investigation and you are a child.
An investigation about something that happened with my friend Augie that almost died, right?
Yes.
And about the Forbidden Forest, right?
You can say all you would like, Miss Moore. I am not giving you any information that I have.
But why is that, though?
Because you are a child.
A child who has sensitive information, because she's quite literally the reason you're here, though. Again, I don't want to say anything either. Or tell my father anything.
You hear him kind of chuckle and shake his head, and he goes quiet.
Or I could tell my father that you're not doing a proper investigation.
Miss Moore, your threats do not exceed as much as you think they do.
It's not a threat. It's not a threat. It's not a threat at all. I'm just saying. It would clearly help. And also clearly help if I can give you more information. How about your little investigation?
Then speak to me, Miss Moore. You do not.
Okay, what do you have done so far?
You do not have privy to the information I have.
I'm not gonna.
He kind of.
Be on a roll now, Hymus. I have no clue what the word you said purvey. What does that word even mean?
Purvey means you don't have the privilege. You don't have you are not allowed to know it. He's saying like
not
just
allowed
because.
To know it.
Yeah, he's saying just because you are a Moor does not mean you are privy to that information.
Is there any way like I could snoop over and look at his book?
He is quite tall. He is like 6'4", and you are 11. So
I'm 11 years old, so I'm not really that tall. So
yeah, there would be no chance to see it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get myself out of this situation. This is a sticky situation because this guy is stuck up hard. This guy is not giving anything. He's not budging, not giving nothing.
Maybe you shouldn't have walked in there all high and mighty like you were. You had every right.
All high and mighty. I was trying to be nice and like, what you do? I'm sneaky like that.
Dude.
What you do? That's kind of the vibe I was going for. What you do? And then it just kind of like turn in like a minute.
Goofball. Either way, what would you like to do in this situation?
Situation? What can I do in this situation, really? He's not giving anything away. There's not really much I can do.
I mean, you can still talk to him. You can ask as many questions as you want. You just have to say the right things.
Okay, let's see if I can get this right. Damn, I'm not really good with questions, that's the thing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna say, well, have you checked out the Forbidden Forest by chance?
He kind of glances to you and then looks back to his notes and he says, yes.
You have? You took a thorough investigation?
Miss Moore, I know how to do my job.
Well, I mean, I'm just helping you out a little bit. Because there is like a ritual site we went to that needs to get investigated.
The ritual site. We have not been able to rediscover it.
Rediscover it? Is it like gone or something? Because I can definitely show you where it is.
You hear him sigh and he says, you are quite literally the reason I am here. I will not be going out into the forest with an 11-year-old.
But I'm with an Aurora. I'm with someone that can protect me. You know magical spells, don't you? I'm pretty sure you can handle just a little. You can use a little bit of magic in the Forbidden Forest, and it won't hurt either of us.
Roll charisma with disadvantage.
Okay, so I have to roll twice then.
Good lord. You watch as he kind of grimaces and thought, and he doesn't say anything, but he seems to lighten his face just a little bit, so he doesn't look as angry, but he still seems annoyed that you're talking to him. And he says, Miss Moore, I will discuss with your headmaster and headmistress about any sort of investigation assistance I may need.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
You will be brought to me.
Okay, I will keep that in mind because there's also a person in there too that was shooting spells out at us, and we don't know what it was.
Yes, well, I heard about that. He kind of pauses and he stares for a second and he says, do you know what it looked like?
It wasn't, not really, it was a cloaked figure. It was also we know.
I mean the spell.
No, it was green. It was shooting like it was a green spell. And it got shot out at my friend's feet, and then it just kept shooting it at us as we were trying to run away. But it also had like this manic like laugh to it. Like the person like had like a manic laugh. And it was pretty scary.
I could assume so. He seems to lighten it a little bit as you say it was pretty scary.
Yeah.
Do be careful, Miss Moore.
I will. Thank you, Donovan, for speaking with me and letting me help you a little bit.
He nods. Now go eat your breakfast, sir.
Okay. Well, you have a good investigation. Bye, Donovan. I'm gonna walk away.
You walk away. All right. You all are back in the spot you left off. You all kind of sit around each other.
I would tell them that with the with the Aurora, they said that the ritual, like they can't find it. So I'm guessing it might have like disappeared or something.
All right. Everyone is here though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it was off the beaten path.
Oh my god.
Jesus. It was off the beaten path. So, I mean, maybe they just didn't go deep enough.
I mean, maybe it's gone.
Maybe it
I
only
doubt it
appears
would be
for certain
just gone.
people.
Maybe. I don't know. That's all I was able to find out from that guy.
Well, on a good note, my brother was pretty cool with, well, pretty cool is like an overstatement, but like, he was understanding and I learned a spell.
Really? Are you going to share the class?
No. At least not here.
Of course you would gatekeep.
Okay, well, I would like to teach you guys, but we can't exactly do it during breakfast. We would need to get together. That's what I'm saying. Like, I will show you guys. I will do it. We can't exactly do it in the middle of this. So.
Well, it looks like we're sneaking out of our dorm rooms again, guys.
Well, okay.
Well, we have the whole day. We can probably find somewhere, you know, nice and quiet.
Well, we could. I will say as well, though. Carter, are you back?
I'm back. Oh. I'm back. I'm alive. Okay. Sorry.
What all did you miss?
Everything.
I heard like a barking sound and then I crashed.
Oh no.
And then I was gone.
Okay, so what Ryla told us that the Oars can't find the ritual spot, and then I said things went pretty well with my brother, and that he taught me a spell, and we're talking about that now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I do agree that, like, sometime today would probably work. But I will say, I am planning on doing, kind of looking into the, my prefect, because I don't exactly know if I can trust him, and I want to see if he's involved in anything that's happening, and I would like to do that today. If I can, but I don't know if I'll have time for that. So
you have the chance.
We'll have to see.
Fine. She will have the chance, and you all can assist her with that.
Yeah, I'd love to assist you with that. If, you know, you're willing to allow me to tag along.
I am, but I'm a little worried because it has to. Well. We go about it a couple of ways. We could either try to find where he is and follow him, or try to sneak into his dormitory and kind of shift through some of his things. And if it's the latter of the two options and we're going into his dorm, I worry about you guys going in since you're not Ravenclaws.
Well, we can always just take someone's coat.
What?
We could always just take someone's cloak. Yeah, we could always just take their robe for a little bit.
That is true.
But yeah, I'm sure there are robes in there that Augie can get us that people aren't really using.
Augie? And or do you mean
that I can get you?
Yes, you can get us, my bad.
I mean, we both, really, you know, live in towers, so I mean, you know.
Well, yeah, but different houses.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. It's all right that you can be confused sometimes, Ryla. It's all right.
It's all right. I like whatever I heard, whatever Jaime said. Like, oh, I kind of like you can assist. I kind of like my headphones cut out, so I did not hear. So I thought we were gonna go to Augie's and not Amber.
LOL. I mean, I could say, but I only have one robe myself.
Wait, yeah, you have your robe, but sure, there's like other people that they don't use.
You have 3 others in your dorm who may have other robes.
Well,
surely they have either spares or extras.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
But I'm not guaranteeing anything.
Easy. Yeah, I think it'd be easy though, because no one really knows us. We're first years.
I guess.
We can blend in. Easy.
Okay.
Yeah, just see what you can do.
Anyone else get any information, do anything exciting while we all went off to do something?
I met a girl named Evangeline. She was a little snippy, but I think it's because people have been annoying her. But she seems nice enough. But there's a first year also named Evangeline who may or may not own a barking cat. And I'm being all detective-y, and I'm going to figure out she does or not. But apparently
cat?
yes, a barking cat. This cat has been like going around our tower, and it's kind of gotten everyone, you know, on the hunt to see who the owner is. And apparently she likes, well, you're into like divinity, right, Amber? I mean, like, apparently she's been
I am, yeah.
she's been apparently, you know, hovering around the divinity tower. Wait, it's the divinity tower, right?
Divination.
No,
Divination.
in the astronomy tower is what I
Oh,
said.
I need to. I'm retyping that. Oh, well. Forget I said that. Forget I said that.
I think it's called divination too.
Apparently, you know, she's been hovering around the astronomy tower lately, so I think I might, you know, try and see if I can't find her and see what's up with the barking cat, if anybody's interested in that later.
Well, I am, but I do worry a little bit more about...
Of course. I mean, after that, I mean...
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, I mean, if he isn't, you know, this evil wizard person and we don't die, then obviously we might want to, you know... I don't know.
Yeah, anyways, what did you do, Carter?
Yeah, about your prefect. Are we on about your prefect?
What?
Yeah, what?
No, I just clocked it that we're talking about a prefect.
Yes.
Sorry, that's my bad.
I'd like to think, like you said it at the same time, and then Carter started talking, and then Ryla started talking, and then he just stopped. He was like, "Uh-oh."
That's fair.
Okay, so what did you do, Carter?
Not anything important.
Did you just like hang out?
Yeah, I just talked to a friend of my house.
A friend.
I know. He's like.
Were you talking to a girl?
He just blink. He just.
Blink once if you need help, Carter. Blink twice if you don't need help.
He's blinking. Oh my god, he's having a seizure. He's dying.
Okay, so on that note,
you guys sounded like you guys were productive, though.
Yeah, I really will
Very.
have to share the spell with you guys that I was taught later. And Emma's gonna kind of lean in closer to all of them. My brother taught me flipendo.
Oh, that's cool.
Really?
But you're not supposed to learn it till like later in first year, so that's why I'm like, we have to keep it on the down low and not say anything to anyone and
Excuse me.
show it and all that.
Carter would say, "Ooh, flipendo. What's that?"
So it's you cast it and it knocks a thing or a person away. So he taught it to me for like defensive reasons, because I told him about what happened in the forest, and I'm hoping won't tell my parents. But anyways, but he was like, okay, well, if you're getting into this stuff and it doesn't seem like you can really stop because no one's doing anything, because that's what I told him, that I'll teach you something to help defend yourself. And I said, okay, and I learned flipendo.
Hell yeah.
Would you like to take them to a spot to learn it? You could take them to the spot that he taught it to you, if you'd like.
Yes. I'm gonna lean in, and I'm gonna go to Amber and be like, maybe you can get your brother to teach us spin it incantatum for just more.
You want to teach it to us so bad.
I'll teach you guys Flipendo, but I don't know about that one. My brother was hesitant about teaching me Flipendo, so...
I know, but it's for protective reasons, and if we get into more mischief, we need more protection.
Well,
we have more than one spell.
Let's wait a bit before we do that, but follow me, guys. Let's go. I'll teach you real quick.
You gonna follow her?
Yep.
I suppose.
What else are you gonna do? Not learn Flipendo?
Yeah.
Well, no,
do you guys want to not learn a spell?
Yeah. This is your only chance, homie.
Okay. Well, if it's my only chance, fuck it. I'm in. Fucking we ball.
You gonna go to the astronomy tower to look for that girl?
No, I wanted to talk to Mr. Tendons.
Mr. Tendons is not here.
All right.
Mr. Tendons is gonna get pranked.
He's probably getting questioned, and
he's
probably trying to figure out
now.
What happened.
He's probably gonna lose his job.
No, don't say that. No.
Right. Your brother took you to, correct?
Yeah. Trying to make sure no one followed.
Are you being super vigilant?
I can try.
All right, roll knowledge.
13. Somewhat vigilant.
Somewhat.
You
don't see anyone. You go into the room and you, I assumingly shut the door as everyone gets in.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and explain it to them.
Okay, so you have to swish and flick like that, and then you say Flipendo, and I'm gonna try to cast it to show.
All right, go ahead. Roll one crap.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Watch your fail this.
As I watch, I roll dodge.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
8. What's the DC for that spell? I think it's 10.
It depends because it's at the box, so it depends on the AC of the box.
Oh.
Yeah, you're fine. You cast it.
Okay. So I show, and then I'm like, yeah, that's all my brother did to teach me. He just showed me, and I copied.
All right. You show them. Everyone roll knowledge.
Knowledge.
15.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just realized it. You don't have to, by the way.
I was about to ask.
The spell?
Yeah. Augie, did you roll?
Is this to learn, the spell or what?
Roll the damn knowledge.
Okay, I was gonna say magical. Can I use magical theory? But fuck.
Just roll straight knowledge for me.
God damn it.
Oh.
I don't think magical theory would have helped regardless.
All right.
Why am I getting so?
It's fine. Ryla, you would be able to cast the spell a little bit, but it would be AC is going to be different for you.
Okay.
Carter, you're fine. Augie, you AC wise, you're gonna have to roll really high for now for Flipendo. However, within a moment, go ahead. Unmute V.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh,
is there a reason why he's here? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Give me a quick solid. Go ahead and do some yapping, normal yap. Don't do any crazy stuff or anything like that. We just need to make sure volume is okay. Oh, he's good? Okay. No, it's definitely not.
Scream.
No, don't do that. All right. go ahead. You open the door to see your students trying to teach each other flipendo.
Uh-oh.
Well. It appears I find my students teaching themselves a spell that I have not yet taught them.
I
read ahead.
Behind his back.
I read ahead.
Can we book it?
No.
Is there a way we can book it out of here?
He is blocking the door.
Pendant?
He is blocking the door.
Can we flipendo him?
Why are you trying to fight
Do not.
Guys. Guys. Alright, what would you like to do as your
like a quadruple
teacher?
backflip.
Yeah, seriously. Professor Wyvern has caught you all being stealthy and teaching a spell that has not been taught just yet in his curriculum. It was going to be taught this year. It's just you guys hadn't gotten to it yet. And he's asking you.
Amber's gonna kind of step forward a little bit, being the one that was teaching, and be like, I told myself ahead and thought I could help them learn ahead too.
Well, that's very nice of you to be so favored in my class that you want to go ahead and bring others. Well, show me. Give it a go.
Okay.
One of the boxes. Go ahead and roll Wandcraft.
21.
Go! Let's go!
Yeah!
You did really good. Professor Wyvern, you see a very good form. You see Amber cast a spell and go ahead and say flipendo.
Flipendo.
Yep. And you watch the box go flying very, very expertisely. Like she has been practicing.
Wonderfully done. Wonderfully done. That was splendid.
Thank you,
Goodness.
sir.
Well, I could see why you are teaching the other ones. I couldn't have done it better than myself. What about the others? Have they gotten used to it at all?
Well, I was only just showing them, so I'm not sure how good they are as of yet, but...
I see. Well, let's have Chocolate Boy do it first.
Augie.
Out of anyone he could have chose.
I feel like he I like to think Professor Wyvern likes to mess around and make fun of Augie just for the chocolate in his pants.
The incident.
He's gonna pull out his wand and he's gonna flick it and the fucking chair is gonna pull up behind him and he's gonna sit down right in front of Augie.
Oh.
Well.
You got this, Augie!
Got it.
Give me 1 second.
I don't think he does.
No, it's
Roll on
okay.
craft.
He just needs to do what I showed and it'll be fine.
Augie, I promise. Failing is just a consequence of trying.
That is how failing works.
Yeah, he looks so scared, and he's like a blush coming to his face. He's like, okay.
Scared and embarrassed.
Scared and embarrassed. Can I use magical theory to help me?
That won't help you, buddy.
This time,
Yes, it will. Can I?
Yeah, I told you yes.
DM decides, not Ryla.
An 8.
I told him.
Okay. Professor Wyvern, you watch him mess up the Wandcraft pretty badly. Say it really wrong, Augie. Say it wrong.
I'll go.
Flardendo.
Flipendo.
Flipendo. You.
I said flipendo.
You watch as he flings himself back into a few crates.
Amber kind of flinches a little bit at what happens.
Oh no! Oh goodness! Thank goodness I didn't have a class, so no kid got hurt. But okay, we can work on the Filipino.
Becky made fun of the way you pronounced it.
Augie, are you okay?
I don't do well in high pressure situations, okay?
It's
It's okay. It's okay. It's not high pressure, dear boy. Come on, stand up.
You stand up, Augie. Brush yourself off.
Yes.
Here.
All right.
How about I give a little demonstration and then maybe you could try again? Or I could, I suppose, get more in detail. So he is going to get to like a stance, his wand. He's
I'm gonna take my wand out and I'll try and mimic what he does.
So he's like looking at Augie and he looks back at the wand. Okay. Now repeat after me. Flipendo.
And you watch a crate go flying. It hits the wall and cracks.
All
It's a
right.
pretty strong one. Now, what I want you all to do again is roll one craft this time if you want to try with Professor Wyvern this time.
Oh my! Wait, was I supposed to be doing wandcraft?
Yes.
I'm such a
crap!
dumbass. I am
You're
such
fine,
a
dude.
dumbass.
What did you roll?
I was rolling knowledge.
Oh,
on
LOL.
accident.
I already proved myself though, so I'm not gonna try.
Yes. Oh, Carter. Jesus.
He has
I got a 13.
performance anxiety.
Ryla and Augie, you cast a spell. Go ahead and say Flipendo correctly.
Flipendo!
Yeah. Oh my god, it was on time with each other. That was so cute. You watch as two boxes go flying at the exact same time, and you note that they did it perfectly. You taught them correctly, and they seem to be doing it well. Carter, however, say it incorrectly. Incorrectly. And I'll tell you what happens.
Sorry.
Flipendo.
You watch him fly back and just knock into the chair that you were in, Wyvern, and then also a few boxes.
Wonderfully done. Oh.
Carter would just lie there. He'd lie there on the ground and he'd just raise a thumb in the air and he'd be like, I'm okay.
He's gonna like walk over to him, hands behind the back, and he's gonna lean down and look at him. I think you pronounced it wrong, dear boy.
I think so too.
Well, you had the right idea. Just you got timid in your speech. You stuttered, and it's like stuttering a spell. Think of it as, you go forward and then you reverse. Think of it that way. So you went forward, but you stuttered, so it came back at you.
Right.
So what you want to not stutter. You must be assertive with your speech. Like these two. Chocolate Boy was very much nervous, but he got the hang of it. Augie, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Carter would be kicking himself because he just did it better than everybody else. And now he's like, damn it.
All right, Carter, go one more time.
Okay.
I know. It must be very humbling when you get it on the first try, but not the second. But I assure you, it actually takes a lot of practice to perfect it.
Carter, you go ahead and say it correctly.
Okay. Flipendo.
And you fling this box across the room.
Yay!
Let's go, Carter!
And just like that, I am a very great teacher, and I am great at my job.
Amber's like sitting slightly pouting because she's the one that started teaching them first, and then it got just like completely taken over. And so she's like stanced up, her mouth is kind of like pursed a little bit, pouting like.
Amber, you're a great teacher.
Thank you, Augie.
You're a great teacher, Amber, but I think we need an actual teacher to teach us.
Oh, I didn't even have the chance to really... whatever.
Well, you taught Carter how to do it, I think.
Yeah, you taught Carter.
And he did it first. I mean, it was very good.
Would you guys like to talk to... Right? Would you like to talk to Professor Ryven about anything? Ask him a question? Or do you want...
How did you find us here?
You are two little kids looking over your shoulders and trying to pretend that you're, not being... Well, you are trying to not be followed, so it's pretty obvious you, know you're up to something.
You say two, there's 4 of us.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, whoopsie daisy. I mean, as you could see, I get things wrong as well. Mind you, I have one eye. Mind you, I have one eye, not 2, dear.
Yeah, that's fair. Everything must be so hard to see.
Professor Wyvern, I have a question.
Ask away, dear boy.
What were you doing? Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
Don't interrogate the man.
Sorry. What were you doing Saturday night?
I like to think Augie just abruptly pointed at him.
That's funny because I was pointing at my computer while I was saying what were you doing? That's Saturday.
I'm quite confused. I was grading papers. Why do you ask?
A likely story. Can I do a insight check? Even though insight checks don't actually work in this campaign. Can I insight check him?
It does. It's just knowledge. I didn't.
Yeah, it's just knowledge.
Knowledge. Can I knowledge check this man?
Yes, you can. What I will say is... Yes, you can. Sorry.
Oh.
I got it too.
Could I try to insight as well and see if he's telling the truth that he was inside?
What the fuck, man? Why did I got it?
Can I try the insight then? Can I try the insight then?
We got a 27 so far.
Except the L.
Oh my god.
Except the L.
Can I try it?
Can I insight my group on what they're trying to understand?
Yeah. Hold on. Yes, you can. You guys can insight
thinking. With tactical thinking.
Yes, you can.
Perfect. Okay. Haha. Yes.
Fucking go!
Yes.
Okay. Huggy and Amber, you don't know if he's telling the truth. There's no genuine tell. Ryla, he seems to be telling the truth. Thanks. I mean, he doesn't seem to have any reason to lie. Professor Ivan, would you like to go into more detail of what you were doing on Saturday?
What kind of papers were they?
Grading papers. Young lady, do you not understand that it takes a lot of work to be a teacher? I know, just for that,
I know.
Just for that, I might put an F just because I saw you do flipendo wrong.
Oh. Karen did it right.
No, nonsense. No words here.
Well, I'm sorry. Please forgive us. It's just.
I'll have you know, I was grading papers and having tea with Professor Willow. You got me.
Professor Willow.
Okay, yeah. So you're telling half of your story.
So I was having tea time.
Okay. That's all we wanted to know.
Do you fancy Professor Willow?
Okay.
Amber looks horrified.
So unprofessional.
Dude, calm down, bro.
I'm going to. Is there a way I can just put my hand over Augie's mouth to get him to stop talking? Because I'm thinking like there is no reason an 11-year-old should be asking that to an actual adult.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Amber's gonna raise her hand to ask a question and ignore what Augie said.
I'm gonna put my hand over Augie's mouth to get him to be quiet.
Excuse me, sir.
We need to start teaching social skills as a class.
Sorry about him for surviving.
Amber, you raise your hand.
Excuse me. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is because I remember in the lecture that you did, you talked about like curses and cursed objects and stuff like that. I was wondering what the difference was between cursed objects and like rituals, because I've been doing some reading up on different, like, you know, I like to just study odds and ends, but I've been doing some studying on rituals and what they might entail, and the comparison, and I was wondering if if there's any connection between those, or if they can be done by ritual, or if like what some of like the differences would be, really, because
well, I very much like that you're studious, but cursed objects are just objects that have a hex put on them, and rituals are someone doing a spell that takes components.
Well, but what if there's like there's like a ritual site that has some type of spell or something on it, and it gives an effect? Would that count as a curse?
What do you mean, my dear?
Sweating.
Do you mean a sigil? Like a mark of any kind?
Would I remember?
Do I remember?
Was there I think there was.
Yes, there's a sigil. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I do mean like a sigil.
Okay, well, usually sigils and unritual sites usually mean it's very old, very ancient. It can be seen if a curse was done wrong.
Okay. I'm gonna raise my hand, Adam.
Okay.
I'm Professor Wyvern.
Yes?
Like, do you know any spell that casts green? I only asked that because I've seen it. I've seen it before. I just can't remember what kind of spell it is at all. And I've seen like older students do it. Do you know what spell casts out green? Is that like a defensive?
What?
A spell?
Now, do you know who distinctively casts that spell?
No, not really. I don't really know who it is, but I just saw it.
What do they look like?
Do I remember?
Amber's shaking like her head slightly. I was like, don't say.
I don't really remember what they look like. My brain is foggy.
So he's gonna drop the soft egg and he's going to look at her and go,
Young lady, that is very dangerous. That curse. It is very deadly.
Oh. Like, is it a spell that can kill me? If it were to be used against me?
It's a hex, never mind, not a curse. I misworded.
Okay.
What was it?
It's an unforgivable.
Oh, okay. So
Foggy
it can
gulps.
hurt. It can hurt us then if it were to be used against us.
I don't know the exact spell, but I know they're dangerous. And a lot of them are deadly.
Okay, I'm just curious because I've seen it out in the distance before. I've seen it before. I know I've seen it out in like a distance.
Well, most green magic tends to be very unforgivable. That's why you never see green magic around. It's forbidden. And I'm actually quite worried that some older students know that. That's very dangerous, very worrying.
Does that get taught here? Do you guys teach us that type of magic, or?
I fucking hear you. I was just.
Yeah. We're having this serious moment, and all I hear is tip tap tip tap tip tap.
But aggressive.
Not just like ferocious, like.
Yeah, you hear.
I'm sorry.
Well, we teach them not to use it.
Okay, but do they get taught how to use like those certain types of spells though?
No.
Okay.
Question: is there any way to defend against one?
Well, of course. There's always spells to combat other ones. But they have to be pretty strong.
Do you know what kind of spells would be able to help defend against that type of spell? Like I'm guessing Protego wouldn't really work, since it's such a strong hex.
Well, Protego could work, but it has to be, like I said, extremely strong. Even I can't really get to that strength, not at my age.
Okay.
How old is he? Or how old does he look again?
Just look at the art of him.
Yeah.
I think he's in his like 30s.
Yeah.
30,
most
mid-30s?
likely. Mid-30s.
Oh, no. So he's a living fossil.
I would have guessed
Oh my
early
God.
40s.
No.
Yeah, more or less like mid-30s, late 30s.
Yeah, I'm just in the mid-30s.
That's rich coming from you, Keen.
Nah, he's 11 in this.
I'm 11.
Unk. Old. Okay.
Okay.
So there's not really, unless you do it really strong, there's not any spells you, like, someone that is at our skill level could do as defense?
Well, let's not go there. I could still cast it as great as I am, just it's a bit hard.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen.
And for you, it'd be impossible. At your age, impossible. I've never seen anyone at your age cast such a spell.
Joke's on you, it's about to happen, dog!
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
You couldn't even chase fucking though, right? Sit down,
That's a Chekhov's gun right there!
That's
a Chekhov's gun!
Alright, guys. Anything else you guys would like to ask him about?
Nope, that's it. I just wanted to figure out the green spell I saw coming out of that wand getting shot at us.
Professor, if I asked you something and just asked to keep it between all of us, would you maybe, be willing to do that?
If the question isn't that I fancy Professor Willows, then sure.
Do you know any rituals that involve, hypothetically, and I say that wrong, by the way, because I'm 11 years old. If it was involved with a, let's say, I forgot what the freaking flower is called.
Lumos lilac.
A Lumos lilac and puff skin blood. Do you know any rituals?
Roll charisma.
Me?
Yes.
Oh boy.
He's still an NPC, guys. He's not gonna just give you shit. You're fucking 11.
Roll, chocolate boy.
Oh, you should
Roll, chocolate boy, roll!
Okay. You said charisma?
You have
Roll
an okay
good.
charisma, don't you?
Can I magical theory or inspiration
No.
this?
No, you cannot.
No! No!
I have a good charisma.
Roll, chocolate.
I have a
boy.
12.
Oh goodness gracious! I should have rolled. You know, Professor Wyver's gonna bring out that fucking you rolled so bad, Augie. Professor Wyver's gonna pull out that fucking wand and kill you.
Oh my god.
No.
You're dead.
He's gonna cast an unforgivable curse.
Yep, you're gone.
It's actually him! He's the evil wizard! And
He's
he kills
the
everyone
hooded
in the room.
figure.
Kills everyone in the room.
Guys.
Professor
And
Wyver.
then I cast the max level Protego and save us all.
Imagine.
And it backfires
No.
and he kills himself.
Dear boy, how do you know about the Lulis lilac?
Lumos.
Loomis?
Lumos.
Lumos lilac.
Well, it's not like the only thing everyone is talking about right now.
To be fair, on both of your ends, it is not something that is being talked about right now. It is, in fact, being suspected by some students that there's some weird stuff going on that someone stole from
So it's being
Professor
talked
Willow.
about.
No. I'm saying something was stolen from Professor Willow. They don't know what.
Oh.
Amber's like side-eyeing Augie really hard right now.
Oops, my bad.
So
However-
you have forbidden knowledge, is what I'm hearing.
Well, so
Now, how did you find that out?
well, do you perhaps know what happened on Saturday night?
Do you perhaps know how you found out that name of that flower?
It looks like a lilac, and it's glowing. Like a Lumos charm.
I was doing research on different florals, and I had come across that one in the book, and I was hypothesizing that that's what everyone was talking about that was missing from Professor Willow.
It's because I've been hearing other kids talk about the Lumos lilac and Professor Willow, and how I think he like lost it. That's why Amber looked it up in the book, and that's why I think Augie's pretty curious about it.
I know why you all were in detention that time. You went in the Forbidden Forest. Right.
No.
No, we didn't.
No?
Sorry, he's getting confused.
I'm getting confused.
The time you saw us, the time you saw us in detention is the time we got caught going near the Forbidden Forest.
Yeah.
We didn't go in.
No.
You have to stop those late night grading sessions, man. Come on.
And you need to stop taking chocolate out of your pocket.
It's only one time. It's only one time.
But yeah, that's what you saw us in the detention one time. We didn't go in. We went near it though, and we got in trouble for just being near it. Cause someone wanted to go in. Carter,
Huh?
you were the reason why we were in detention in the first place that first time.
No, I would never.
Yeah, you would. Cause you don't want to listen to 3 purebloods. I want to think.
Ryla, you're not really one to talk. You don't exactly listen to us when we think something's a bad idea.
So Like a So, did you all have to go into the Forbidden Forest for a punishment?
Yes.
We all say it in unison.
Yes, we did.
We did it. They were really scared.
Right. And you lot were the one that was attacked by a cloaked individual?
Yes.
Yes,
It's also why we want to learn Flipendo and all this stuff.
I think I've said too much already about us going to the Forbidden Forest. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it or deny it, but I'll let you think what you want, Professor.
Well, Flipendo, dear boy, might work to little spells, but somebody, if they are much older, you'd be no match for them.
Yeah,
The
they
best-
will flip you over.
I will say the best way to fight somebody that is unknown and looks a lot older than you is to run.
Well, that's what we did.
Yeah, and it worked, did it not?
Professor, that's gonna be a little bit
mean-
hard. Augie is not the quickest when he runs.
Ryla!
Well, he seemed to be making out fine. Did you tell him there was a chocolate frog at his dorm?
God damn.
I gave him one afterwards.
Exactly. Motivation.
He looks down. He's like, he's pouting.
Augie pats
11, you're
or
making fun of him.
Amber pats Augie's back. Don't listen to them.
Don't worry, Augie. You are my favorite. I just like to tease
You have favorites?
You have
He's
favorites?
telling the 11-year-old there's favorites in the class. It's crazy
Wow.
work.
There's favorites now?
There's
Well,
always been
apparently I'm
favorites.
his.
Come on. There's always been favorites. Please, every teacher has a favorite. We all talk about it.
The fact he's so honest is so funny.
I'm guessing Amber's everybody else's favorite because she's Mrs. Smarty Pants over there.
I'm just gonna tell you,
Teacher's
Ivan,
pet.
you have no clue.
I have no idea. I mean,
Alright, guys.
you're a bit of a know-it-all, but good job. You get
Amber looks like she's gonna cry.
You're like making fun of these 11-year-olds. Good lord.
Now it's my turn to pat you in the back and be like, it's alright. It's okay.
What can I
All
say
right,
for
guys.
whoever? I'm a more.
Is there anything else you want to ask Professor before we move on?
No, that's all.
Did he answer my question or no?
No, you don't know.
No,
what
you
the
failed
fuck-
that check.
You failed that check hard.
Yeah.
Damn.
So so for consequences, I fucking made fun of y'all.
It hurt my feelings. You didn't make fun of Carter though.
I don't need to make fun of Carter. Carter's Carter.
He made fun of himself.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I don't need to make fun of
okay,
Carter.
Carter.
Carter makes fun of himself.
Professor Wyman, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're mean.
Honestly, I think you're just
You know
a bunch
what?
of selfies. You're pretty
You know
cool,
what?
Professor.
You know what? Can I use Flipendo on this guy?
No, you
I'm-
cannot.
Oh my god.
You can
Let's
try
do
it.
Flipendo.
Go ahead.
No,
Do
you
it. Do it
cannot.
right now.
No,
You
he
cannot.
he tries to wave, like raise his wand, and Amber puts his hand back down.
You win this
All right.
time. You win this time.
All right, we're moving on then. Professor
Bye, Professor
Wyvern,
Wyvern.
you watch him kind of nod to you guys and head out. Door shuts. You guys are left alone. Professor Wyvern, do you mind muting up for now?
I taught you
For
guys.
now.
I taught you guys Flipendo, and I made fun of y'all. All right, I'm a good teacher. And
I'm a good teacher.
I actually did my job, but on top of that, I made fun of my students. I'm a great teacher.
Exactly.
Right.
What the fuck do you think I'm here for?
Listen, he walks out the
Okay.
door, and Amber turns to Augie and kind of like smacks him on the shoulder. Why did you say something about the lilac?
Well, I wanted. I don't know if I'm cursed or not. Okay.
No,
Like-
okay, they said it was like a ritual thing, and honestly, unless we see symptoms, assume you're not cursed. I mean, you...
I will
Is there
say,
any symptoms?
I will say this: what Professor Wyvern explained is that if you were to do a ritual wrong, you could get cursed. I don't know if you want to assume that you did some sort of ritual there or not, but there is a chance.
I'm gonna look to the group, and I'm gonna be like, well, guys, I think we should be very careful with that hooded figure, because that spell is a hex and it will hurt us.
I'm going
that is
to
something
die.
You found out.
And it is
that
strong.
Was a hex.
Yeah.
You guys want to...
So it looks like something's after you, Amber. Not us. You. So it's telling you to go to the forest, so you are in danger. I'm fine. I'm okay.
So you want to... Do you want to go interact with Evans?
I wanna see him from a distance first.
Okay. You would know he's in the library.
Okay. I'm gonna...
fucking stooges over here.
I wanna go and, like, sneak and try to see if I can tell what he's doing.
Okay. You all are with her, I assume.
Yes. Can I try and inspire everyone first?
No, don't.
All right.
Okay, we'll get chocolate.
Fuck you.
Professor Wyvern! Why do you sound like that?
Didn't even in this scene.
We'll get chocolate.
I think that's how he would sound if you tried to like imitate a voice.
LOL. Could I roll knowledge to see if I can like tell what he's doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll knowledge. As you get to the library, you note that there's not a lot of people inside aside from him. There's like two others that are kind of just browsing the shelves. He's kind of in the back. He's looking over what seems to be kind of an older book as he just kind of sits there and reads.
Okay.
Hymus?
Can I
in my vision, did I see the perpetrator get hurt at all from like the elk? All right.
You did not know.
Okay.
15 is what you just explained. Is that what I saw, or because I'm trying to tell like, I specifically I want to see like what he's reading and try to see if maybe it matches with any of the pages I have or like anything along those lines.
You definitely need to get closer to see that, just because of like what it is.
Okay.
But you do note he is reading. You can tell he kind of has almost like a stoic kind of look on his face as he's like reading pretty fast. He is tapping like the table with his finger as he's reading, and has like almost like a hand up on his chin and the elbow on the table as he's reading.
Okay.
He does, and I will make note, he has what seems to be a cut on his hand, on the top of his hand.
Ooh.
Like a large gash that seems to be healing now.
Okay. Amber's gonna like whisper to Ryla and Carter very quickly. Okay, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna talk to him. You guys be on like, pretend you're just like browsing or doing whatever, and try to like listen in to what we're talking about. And obviously I'll fill you in on anything you don't hear after. But I think I need to get a little closer. And I think the only way I could do that well is if I go up to him. And I think it'd be weird if you guys came as well, because I think he'd be like, who are you? Why are you here? But I could like be like, oh, like I wanted to thank you for helping, and like a couple of stuff like that.
What's his name again?
Evans.
Okay.
Sorry. His name is Evans.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to go over. I'm going to grab a book, and then I'm going to go sit on a table. Are there tables in there, yeah?
Yeah, there's other tables. I'm assuming.
Okay, I'm gonna sit at a table. I open the book, pretend like I'm reading, but I'm gonna sit at a table that's like closest to them, so I can like listen in, but still pretend like I'm just reading a book.
Yep.
But I'm like mostly listening in.
You good?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna walk up to him.
All right. The Augie and Carter, how do you want to be listening in, or where do you want to be listening in at?
Is there any like bookcases nearby? Where he's at? Yeah. I'm going to go over there to one of those. Like acting like I'm looking for a certain book, and then I won't be on like the side he is on, but I'll be on like the other side, and I'll like take out a book or something, and then I'll try and like listen.
The book is about chocolate frogs.
Oh my god!
How dare you!
It's gonna haunt you forever.
Yeah, it is. Oh, Carter, how would you like to do this? Because at this point, Augie is like close by, trying to find a book on the thing.
On chocolate frogs, obviously.
Yeah, and then Ryla is sitting down, also nearby, reading a book. How do you want to do this?
Where are we again? Sorry, I
in the library.
In the library, yeah. So he would just grab a book off the wall. No. Scratch that. Reverse it. Nope. He'd just like start looking at books, just like scanning the spines, and he'd find one and he'd just really closely, intently stare at it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's really just listening.
Okay.
The book says how to make friends.
Oh my god. V. So you go ahead and read the kind of title. Yeah, whatever. Amber.
Yeah.
You walking up to him?
Yeah. Trying to see what book he has too, as I do.
You walk up and you look down at the book he has, and it is about seems to be about defense against the dark arts, and just kind of like a studying book.
Okay.
And as you walk up, he kind of glances up to you and gives you like a smile and says, "Can I help you, Amber?"
Yeah, actually, I wanted to, well, for one, I wanted to thank you for your help bringing, I know you were the one that brought down the clothes after Saturday, and you, I mean, you helped me after, I snuck out before too.
Of course.
And I wanted to...
Here. Come on and sit. And he kind of pulls out a chair to let you sit down next to him.
Okay, thanks. Sits down. Well, is your hand okay? That Cash looks kind of nasty. What happened?
Oh. A cat. I swear, someone needs to get a rein on their cat.
A cat did that, really? That's a pretty bad cut for a cat.
It is. It's a quite large one, actually.
Oh.
Can I insight check this man?
Can you get an insight check him? Absolutely, you can.
Hell yeah!
I'm also gonna insight.
And that's knowledge, right?
I got an
20, let's go, Amber.
Yes, I got an unnatural 20.
And of course, I got a fucking 4.
Augie, you got no clue. It's a big cat. Amber, however, he seems to be genuine. Whatever seemed to scratch him was a large cat.
A large cat, you say?
I did say yes. Yeah.
The way I know you're talking about the barking cat.
I mean, that or maybe Miss Wolf. I don't know. It's the only big cat that I know. Was the barking cat a big cat? Sorry.
Chocolate girl.
Oh my god. The barking cat was, in fact, let me see my notes. Barking cat is not, I don't think it is a big cat. I believe. Not long-legged, Finn. Definitely not a big cat.
Little cat.
Yeah, Finn and kind of spindly.
Oh yeah, I mean, bad cat scratch. That sucks.
Yes.
I was wondering if you would be able to help tutor me sometime with, and I know I'm not in the class yet, but I would really like to start learning divination ahead.
You see his eyebrow kind of twitch a bit, and he kind of smiles to you, and he says, "You're right. I can certainly teach you. I'm pretty good at that class." And he kind of looks like you up and down for a moment and says, "You're quite studious. You remind me of me a little bit."
Do I?
Yeah, when I was a first year, I was curious of everything.
I mean, I might be reading it wrong, but you're saying that it's not a good thing, almost.
It can be a good thing, but you may want to be a bit more careful about sneaking out.
Well, I've been told.
Sure you have. And he kind of chuckles as he kind of, he's kind of just like holding his hand, like one of them in the fist and the other one kind of like open palmed and kind of patting it as he kind of looks to you and says, "Why were you sneaking out?"
We wanted to do the dare. Me and a couple friends. There was a dare going around to try to sneak into Miss Willow's greenhouse.
I see.
What's his expression like for that?
You see his eyebrow kind of raise a little bit, and he kind of almost seems amused that you did that. And as he kind of lets out a chuckle and he says, "Seems you weren't caught, at least originally, since you made it back to the dorms."
No. No, we weren't. I wasn't.
And you got in trouble. Ended up in getting detention, I assume.
Yeah.
You gotta be more careful in the Forbidden Forest. And he kind of adjusts in his seat and he kind of like looks back to his book as he kind of taps his chin in thought. And he says, "You could get hurt out there."
Would he know that we went to the Forbidden Forest for detention?
Would he is the question.
Insight.
Should he? Should he?
Go ahead and roll. Roll.
Oh no.
It's not horrible, but you don't know if he should know. He is a prefect, and he did see you guys in the wing, but there's no real context if he should know that what happened.
How do you know about that?
Whatever you do mean.
I didn't say anything about the Forbidden Forest.
Well, no, but I can assume Professor Weasley did some sort of punishment that would make sense for such a curious student as yourself.
But I never said I was by the Forbidden Forest before, either.
You see him kind of pause, and he kind of chuckles, and he says, well, you can sort of assume, couldn't you?
I suppose. But it would be kind of an odd conclusion to jump to immediately.
Would it? And he looks to you, and he kind of looks you down. You're a curious one, Amber. If you were by the greenhouse, like you say, you wouldn't have gotten a punishment for the Forbidden Forest. You likely would have been cleaning mandrakes out. And he kind of grins to you and kind of laughs a bit, and he says, really, what's going on?
Oh.
Do you want to ask me something?
Well, since we're on the topic of the forest already, what do you know about it?
Roll charisma check. Augie, yeah, you can insight check.
I have a question.
What's up?
Do we know how, like, common it is to give punishments in the Forbidden Forest? Like, do we know if, like, are we the only ones that have gotten that type of punishment before?
Roll knowledge.
And I would be rolling knowledge for the inside check, right?
Yep, and you already did.
I know.
I got an 11 for that.
Okay.
Roll.
Not terrible. Augie, you don't really have a good tell. What are you trying to insight check as a whole with
I just
Evans?
want to. He's acting weird and creepy, and I just want to know. I just want to like I feel like he shouldn't be knowing any of this stuff, and I just want to make sure that Amber isn't getting I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, he's suspicious. He's fucking suspicious. Does anything like he's saying feel off to me at all?
Maybe a little off, but he doesn't seem like he is like. You don't know if a prefect would know about their houses.
Did Professor Wyvern know about what happened in the forest?
Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay.
He said yeah.
Okay.
Carter, you would know kind of briefly that not particularly. It's not as common for students to go into the Forbidden Forest in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is a very rare punishment.
Okay. Okay.
However,
okay. Oh.
Amber,
Yeah.
you asked him for information on the Forbidden Forest, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You watch as he kind of chuckles and he says, "How about this, Amber?" And he stands up and he says, "Why don't you come with me? And I'll tell you everything I know."
Okay.
Carter's eye would would like shoot a look at like whoever he can see, either Augie or Ryla, and just be like,
Amber is following him, by the way.
Yeah, he stands, and as you stand, he puts a hand on like your like back, and he leads you away.
Oh shit. Okay.
He leads you like to the library exit and goes to the door to leave.
Okay.
As soon as they leave, I'm like gunning it straight for the door.
All right.
Is there any way I can sneak and follow them?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm.
You three roll me an agility.
Oh my god, agility!
agility. Oh,
I want to inspire
please. Well,
Amber's like
that as a
full
no.
trusting that you guys are gonna follow.
No, you're by yourself on this one. You're dead. We're leaving you. You're for the wolves right now.
I inspire myself.
How you trying to inspire yourself?
I'm saying like this motherfucker's creepy as shit, and if I don't stay behind, if I'm not like within distance, he's gonna fucking murder the Amber. He's gonna murder the shit out of him, so I better not fucking fall behind.
Inspire yourself by going, I need to make sure they don't murder my friend.
They're gonna murder you, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I got a 9.
Yeah, you're for the wolves at this point. You're gone. Bye, Amber. Nice knowing you.
Oh.
Carter, Ryla, and Augie, you get out of the doors very quickly, flinging it open, and you go into the hallway and you look around. You don't know where she went. You don't know which direction she went in.
Okay.
However, Amber.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Oh. Bye. Oh. Hold on, remember hold on. You forgot I needed to refresh it.
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me share my...
Reshare the music.
It
Oh
adds
no,
ambience.
I thought they'd be... I had faith they'd be able to follow. I shouldn't have had faith.
You shouldn't have. Alright. As you get let out the door shuts behind you, and he kind of moves rather briskly away. He moves into the kind of a corridor and then moves into another corridor. Like, he clearly is moving a bit fast, and he seems to kind of be leading you up, like, almost across campus. Like, he's heading someplace.
Okay.
He hasn't said a word as he's walking.
So, where are we going exactly?
He doesn't say anything.
Amber's gonna kind of clutch her wand, and then I didn't say anything, but in my head I was like, she always has her bird with her. Is it okay that she has her bird with her?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I was like, I didn't specifically say anything, so if you said no, I would have been like, that's fair. Amber is going to try to kind of like subtly signal to Naya of like, once we get where we're going, go get the others.
You do. As you make your way through the hallways, he ends up taking you into almost like a rather like kind of deep corridor in the almost like, not in a Slytherin area, but it's off to the side of it. It's a few hallways away from that, and it's just kind of a back area.
Okay.
And he stops rather abruptly and turns to you and says, "What would you like to know?" And as you stopped, you watch as your bird kind of flutters up and goes, surprisingly, up towards Evans. And he puts a hand out and lets her land on his finger, and he kind of affectionately rubs her under her chin, and he looks to you and he says, "What would you like to know, Amber Appleby?" And that's where we're going to leave it.
Oh, you bitch!
For next session.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He has my bird.
I will give you this kind of notation. The bird seems to affectionately lean into his touch, so she seems to know him.
Oh.
In some aspect.
Oh, no.
You are alone in this room, in this corridor with him, and he pretty much has you like against the wall and is standing in front of you and asking you what you would like to know. So that's where we leave it off.
Oh dear.
All right, let me go back to them, right?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Teehee.
Oh.
Damn it! Before you left, I wanted to say I wanted to run down one of the corridors and see if I could see him.
If you did, you wouldn't have found them.
Went too fast.
What an asshole! On top of being creepy, he's speeding Gonzalez. What a prick.
We are ending session though.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Amber's sing, by the way, if you don't know.
I'm sorry for your loss, Amber. It was good to know ya.
Good knowing you. Your bird is dead. Right? You're dead. Everything's dead.
Hey,
you're gone.
My bird isn't dead. Yet.
You know, it was nice knowing you. You will live on in my memories.
All right, guys.
We're going to say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream. Amber's dying.
I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you have a great night. You better be sure to like and subscribe.